trying something a bit different today. In an effort to make my channel a bit more ad-friendly, I've decided to replace every swear in this video with the Pepsi Man theme. So anytime I want to say a bad word, like Pepsi Man, that will happen instead. Notice how letting that clip play out takes longer than just saying fuck, meaning I can pad out the runtime of this video, thus making it stand out more to the almighty algorithm, without having to actually make any extra content. Ad-friendly and longer runtimes in one fell swoop. I'll be swimming in that sweet, sweet ad money before you know it. Now, without further ado, the topic for today's video. Boruto needs to fucking die. The show, not the character. Also the character. For the record, I don't have anything against the rest of the Boruto sub-franchise. The movie was fun, and the manga has a few interesting things going on. Except for that one scene with the 12-year-old girl in her underwear, what the fuck was that about? It's literally just the anime that needs to die. If you ask the Naruto fanbase their biggest criticism of the anime, first would be their favorite character not getting enough screen time, and second would be the filler. I'm pretty sure saying you like the Naruto filler is a crime against the Geneva Conventions, along with taking hostages and shipping Ichigo with Rukia instead of Orihime. Now, imagine a series that's just filler. That's the Boruto anime. Other than the first flash-forward scene and all the bits from the movie, every single episode is an original story that has absolutely nothing to do with the manga, i.e. filler. To be fair, it's hard to tell what exactly counts as filler in Boruto because some of it gets canonized in the manga later on. But I'll be damned if you expect me to believe that Richie Rich over here is allowed to be a canon ninja with a fucking laptop. Cause that's how you beat the guy. Akatsuki hack their phones and threaten to leak their nudes. But what really grinds my gears is the utter lack of respect for the source material. No, not this. This. We all know the rules for ninjutsu basically went out the door near the end. When's the last time you saw anyone use a hand sign? But this is horseshit. There's an episode early on where Sai has to teach his son that his signature jutsu only works if you add emotion to your drawings. Funny how this wasn't an issue back when you were a spy raised to have no emotions. This isn't just a matter of expressing repressed emotions through art, by the way. He literally says he doesn't name his drawings because he doesn't feel anything toward them. Don't know why anyone would defend generic brand Sasuke like that, but I've seen the argument before. And then there's this. What? What the f? Not only is this not how ninjutsu works, this isn't even how physics works. Fat converted to chakra doesn't turn back into fat if you don't use it all. You can't unburn fuel, no matter how many special eyes you have. What's worse is that Chocho spends the next 3 episodes going back and forth between skinny mode and fat mode just to shit on every thermodynamics textbook they could find. And some how skinny mode actually makes her weaker. They completely toss out the logic of their universe just to promote body positivity. A fine message, don't get me wrong, but they shouldn't have to undermine their entire magic system to justify it. This is the basis of 99% of the story arcs. Some ass-backwards attempt at children's TV-style life lessons that somehow has to relate back to alien kung fu wizards beating the Christ out of each other. Occasionally, they'll try to do a big story arc exploring some philosophical theme, but that just comes off like Sesame Street trying to do an episode on existentialism. Also, maybe this is some sort of translation issue, but they keep saying that Boruto takes place 10 years after the 4th Great Shinobi War, which is complete bullshit. Naruto didn't marry Hinata until at least 2 years after the war, meaning only 8 years would have passed since the last Naruto the movie. So how the f*** is Boruto 12? Get your story straight, Piero.
I can deny it no longer! I am small.
Speaking of our titular character, can you honestly think of a less likable protagonist? A cocky, punk kid who's not only good at everything, but knows he's good at everything. His political connections make him virtually immune to consequences, and his only point of sympathy is that his dad is too busy at work to spend time with his family. Sure, maybe this is relatable in Japan, where fathers are rumored mythical creatures who legends say live in some office somewhere, but all I see is Remy bucks aplenty. And if someone tried to tell me they wanted Remy Pepsi Man bucks aplenty as the main character, I'd call the FBI and put them on a watch list. Yet I'm supposed to believe that this fantasy equivalent of a senator's kid is so charming and charismatic that the only relatively interesting character in the series is so infatuated by him that he compares him to the fucking sun. Seriously, Boruto, do not let this guy in your house. He will drink your bathwater and won't even pay you for it. Boruto sucks. The show sucks, the characters suck, and the original Naruto franchise retroactively sucks because of it. And yet here I am watching it every week because I'm the type of cynical son of a bitch who thrives on negativity, but the news is too depressing. So as long as therapy is too expensive, I'll be back every week to get my fix and watch the sun set on this once great franchise. Okay, this once alright franchise.